to discuss lighting with you. This is my favorite step in the design process, and there's 3 types of lighting that I'm going to share with you today, and a tried and true formula that will help you figure out exactly how many different lights you need to buy in each room. Combining these 2 principles is going to give you a magical ambience every time. I've heard it said that lighting is the jewelry of the home, and I do agree. This is where you bring in the moods and the shadows and the spotlights on certain things that you want to create as focal points. You can even make people look more beautiful with the correct lighting. That's my favorite part, is you can have really good lighting that makes people look their best, and then they feel more confident and you look more confident in this space. There really is no substitute for getting your lighting correct. You can have your wall color the way you want and the furniture arranged just so, but until you bring the lighting in, it falls a little bit flat. So there's 3 types of lighting to discuss today. I want you to remember the acronym ATA. It stands for Ambient, Task, and Accent. You're going to want all 3 of these types of lighting in every single room. That is a non-negotiable. This is what you're going to need to make the room functional and beautiful. So number 1, we have ambient lighting. Ambient lighting means overall lighting, and a lot of this has just been done for you. If you're buying a place, you're renting a place, these decisions have been made for you, and you may not love them, but they're probably hardwired into your ceilings and your walls, and they are lighting up the whole room, pretty much, we'll say. They're supposed to be. They are giving like a 360-degree ray of light around the room. Windows also are considered ambient lighting. One of the common, and actually I would say controversial, type of ambient lighting is can lighting. Some different parts of the country call it pot lighting or recessed lighting, pot lights, recessed lights. And there is some controversy among designers about whether we should even be using them. Maria Killam does not like them at all. She's all about the table lamps. And then there's Vern Yip on the other end of the spectrum, and he says, you know what, they're useful. I do like them. And the styles have gotten a lot cleaner. I mean, we used to have these big 6-inch metal pieces you put in the ceiling, and now we have these much more streamlined looking LED lights, which I love. I tend to be more on the end of the spectrum with Vern Yip, and I do like recessed lighting. I think it can be overdone. I will say that though. This is an example of a contractor putting way too many lights in. And the problem with ambient lighting is it's harsh. It makes harsh shadows with your furniture. It makes harsh shadows on your face. You get these dark circles under your eyes. It's not flattering. It's necessary. I mean, when you come into a room at night, it's pitch black and you need to flip one switch to be able to see what you're doing while you're using your ambient lighting. So it is good for that, and you do need it. But you also need some other things to make the room beautiful. The second type of lighting, ATA, the T stands for task. And it's just what it sounds like. So each room has particular needs. You have a workflow and a purpose for that space, and you need to think about, what do I need to be able to see well? Do I need to see the sink well while I'm doing dishes? Do I want to see my face well when I'm doing my makeup? So you would put sconces on either side of the mirror. I'm reading at night in a chair or in my bed, so I need a light right there. Chandeliers over dining room tables, that's considered task lighting. So it's the decorative lighting that everyone thinks of when you say lighting. They go, oh yeah, this is, and it definitely has that jewelry value to the space. The table lamps, the floor lamps, the sconces, the chandeliers, the pendants, those can all be task lighting. And the third type is accent lighting. Now this one I would say is the most forgotten, and it's the most frivolous, but it is so beautiful. This is where you bring in the art lamps over the art. You bring in the under cabinet lighting in the bathrooms and the kitchens. Maybe you light the bookcase from a light inside. I love just a random small table lamp in a place that you don't expect it to be, like on a kitchen counter. I love how cozy and inviting that is, especially when that's the only light on in the room. That would be considered accent lighting. And then if all else fails, just put some candles around the room. That is accent lighting. If you want to learn more things like this, I do have a live design retreat coming up this fall. I'm going to be in Orange, Virginia, live for 4 days. And I'm teaching content like this over the 4 days. And then we have hands-on workshops. We're going to go antiquing. One of the workshops is actually a pleated lampshade workshop, and I just know it's going to be super popular. So if you're interested in joining me, I do have only a few tickets left. We're down to 15 spots left, and we are meeting at the gorgeous Mayhurst Estate. I am going to close registration on August 1st. I'm sorry to say I will be shutting this down soon. So go ahead and check out the link in the description below if you're interested in joining me. So we've covered the 3 types of lighting. Now, how do you apply this to your space? How do you know how much you need? This is where I want to share with you my favorite formula. You want to know 3 numbers. You need the length and the width of the room, and then you need what's called the foot candles. This is the table that I refer to, and you can see how it's divided by rooms. Notice that the kitchen and the bathroom are the highest numbers here. They have the highest needs for lighting because you need to be hygienic in these spaces. You need to see what you're doing and see the details, right? Then bedrooms and living rooms, they're on the lower end because people kind of wind down in these spaces, and it's okay to just be kind of cozy and not be able to see everything perfectly. So living rooms are a little bit lower, but there's a range, 10 to 20 it says for my living room. I'm gonna go with 20 because I have so many dark colors in this room. The other time I like to go on the higher end of these ranges is if I have high ceilings. So anything actually above 8-foot ceilings, I would suggest the higher end of this range for foot candles. Definitely for vaulted ceilings because the light does dissipate in these spaces. Okay, so let's just try this on my living room. So we measure my living room and it turns out to be 24 by 14, and then we're gonna use that 20 for the foot candles. All that together means that I need just over 6,700 lumens. Lumens is the new term. I'm gonna simplify it here. It's basically wattage. It's not exactly, but basically wattage on the LED light bulbs. We're speaking in lumens now. This is our term now, as we're moving away from all these incandescent light bulbs. So you can do this a couple ways. You can look at the package of light bulbs and it will tell you the lumens, or if you don't have that and you just are holding a 60-watt light bulb, you can Google it and find out how many lumens is 60 watts. In this room, I have 5 recessed lights. I have a chandelier. I have this alabaster lamp behind me, and I have a wall sconce. So there's a lot of lighting fixtures in here already. When I do the math, they add up to 6,900 lumens. So I am beyond even my goal of 6,700 lumens. So that is good news. The bad news is I really don't have enough task lighting. I would like another lamp for reading, and I have no accent lighting. My thought then is to put my recessed lighting on a dimmer so I can turn them down, then bring in a floor lamp for reading and add lots of candles, and then I'm done. I did find a floor lamp at the thrift store that I'm excited to share with you, but before I do that, let me share my bookcase with you. I'm a little disappointed right now, but I'm just gonna share it with you anyway. Thank you for your feedback, and I've been messing with it all week. I painted it blue to match the color of the walls, and I had a few options here, as you can see my samples here. I actually really did like the all blue look. I did really like it, but I don't want to just go nuts and paint everything dark. I want to keep some contrast going on, and so I decided to paint it cream inside. Then I had some leftover beadboard wallpaper from a bathroom renovation a few years ago, and I put pieces of that in the back of the bookcase just to give it a little bit more character. And I do recommend that. I'm going to link the product below because I love beadboard wallpaper. It's 3D and it actually looks and feels like beadboard. It's amazing. And lo and behold, I feel like it turned coastal on me. That and then the blue that is on the walls does not look the same on the bookcase because the bookcase is 3D, you know, it's out more into the middle of the room, and so the way the light catches it, the blue doesn't actually even look like it's the same blue. Wah wah. That is not what I was going for. I actually do believe in mixing design styles. I need to get you guys a whole video on how to do that. But I'm already mixing 2 strong design styles in my moody living room. And by the time you add in a 3rd one, that's to me the straw that breaks the camel's back, and I don't think you should go beyond 2 design styles when you're mixing them. I am to the point now where I'm just ready to pull the bookcase out of my living room. It's a great piece for a laundry room or a bathroom, and so maybe you'll see it show up in another makeover around here. But I'm just gonna take it out of here for a week and see how I feel about it. The one thing I do wanna say in favor of this idea is that oftentimes we just get so zoned in and just decorate every little corner. And you do need some breathing room sometimes. So maybe this is one of those cases where we get the bookcase out of here and it just helps let the center of the room be more of the focal point, which is more inviting when you first walk into the room. We'll see. I hope that's what happens. All right, let me show you this lamp I got. So I found this lamp for $5. $5. And the arm was kind of droopy. And I discovered that if I tighten up the joints, all the little arms and things on here, it straightens right back up. So that's what I did. I gave it a little chiropractic adjustment. And then I found this lampshade. I think I paid $1 for this. Nice big burlap drum lampshade. And it works. I mean, I could totally leave it. But have you noticed all that's going on with lampshades lately? They're so trendy. There's the pleated lampshades, there's the brass lampshades, and there's the scallop lampshades, and there's a lot of really cute things going on with lampshades. So I've kind of had my eye on brass lampshades for the last year or 2, but I don't want to pay the price just yet. I'm going to see if I can DIY it. So I went to Joann's. I got black poster board, and this product's called Liquid Gold. Liquid Leaf, Liquid Gold. And I am going to take a cheap paintbrush and get some really good brush strokes on here, because I feel like black on gold with brush strokes, that's going to give you the most authentic brass look. Yeah, so we're going to do that and then hot glue it onto this lampshade. Now, if you're a little bit better at geometry than me, you might be able to do a different shape of a lampshade, but if you're just starting out, go with the drum. It's called the drum style, and that just means the circumference of the shade is the same at the top of the shade as the bottom. So you're just cutting a rectangle to put around it. I really like how it turned out. I feel like this room has finally reached the cozy stage, and the ambience is everything that I've been hoping it would be. So next week, I'm gonna finalize pillows in here. And there have been some changes since 2020 with pillows. I'm not super trendy, as you probably can tell, or you know that I love traditional decorating, but there is a time to enjoy the trends, and throw pillows are a really great way to do that. So I want to talk about what's changed. It's a really easy way to tweak your spaces and make them just look a little more updated. So we'll do that next time. And if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer those soon. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will talk to you in the next video.